Okay, here we are. Here's the challenge. This system, this board that I had initially from the Lionel folks, just flat out didn't work. I've had a couple of them, and it must be a bad board. I don't know. It's a 8067. These two. This one I tried just now, and it would heat, but no fan. This board, I'm not sure if it's early or later, but it's had its own problems. It's fried stuff for me. So I had to skip doing a baseline of a factory board because I didn't have one that would run right. So I jumped right into RoyZtrains and mounted his board, which is designed to fit on top of the stock housing. As you can see there, it just plops right down on it. And I put hot and ground, wired it to the hot and ground on the transformer, and he has a odd schematic. I followed his instructions, and I have to say it worked. So we have a diode on either side of the lead from the trigger. The trigger needs to be grounded into the same system as the motor control board, and by golly, when I click this with my little tool, there was a puff of smoke. In between puffs, there was a very faint stream, so the motor is turning at a very small RPM, but then there's a puff, a big blast. So I'm very encouraged by what I saw with RoyZtrains board. And for the price, I think it was $22, you have to realize that you get the heater built in with it, and the heaters are $6 or something like that. So really, you're getting quite a bit of control. And I have to say, I wired it up and it ran perfectly the first time. So what I think I'm going to end up doing now is removing this John Will piece and going with this. But first, I have to adapt it to my flyer housing. This housing with the motor hanging down just doesn't work. It won't fit. The machine's not built to handle that hanging down part. See that blue right there? That's got to hang down under here, so it's not going to work. So what I'm going to try to do now is open this up, open that up for the fan motor to get more air, but also open this up to see if I can somehow dangle this down, yet still get this over there. I'm going to work on it. I mean, I could break this. I could cut it, you know, right in front of those dots, and then simply solder to that up to the heater, and then put the heater, his heater, on the flyer piece. It would fit easy enough. But I'm not sure I want to do that. Anyway, that's what I got to come up with, is a way to put this together, and then I think we'll have a perfect, I'll say, a 90% solution with the same chuff trigger, so that the soundboard can communicate with it, and we'll get sound and puff and chuff, and I'll be off the dime with poor Lon's beautiful Hudson. Okay, so that's where I'm going today. Later, bye.